Hey guys, can you hear me? I think we are live. Hey guys, can you hear me? Can anyone confirm that? Are we live or not? Can you hear me or not? Okay, yes. I think we are live. I can. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, my voice is clear, right? And the light and everything is perfect. I just thought of coming a quick live after 200K. So, hey Sman, hey Suraj, hey Meenal, hey Rajesh, Sneha, Shreya, Shobhit, Govind. That's great. There's a lot of people suddenly. Okay, it's just 7:48 and it's Tuesday evening. So, yep, thanks for coming live, guys. Okay, so I think, yeah. Okay, so we can have a quick chit chat, guys. I think now we have around 240 people are live watching it. That's great to know. Thank you so much. And how are you guys? And 200K, thank you so much. That's really great that we crossed this milestone. Never thought of, doing this stuff, 200K crossing. Never thought of that. Okay, we will be doing in within just 3-4 years. But from last 1 year, we crossed 100K. So I think that's a good progress. Just because of you guys, it's because of you, because of you are liking the content, you are motivating me, you are appreciating it, you are putting the comments and liking and everything, and you are having the demand. That's why like it motivates me to learn new and new things and then deliver to you guys. I hope you guys are learning and learning with the right approach, with the right direction. There are a lot of good things are coming. My target is just to give you the best thing in terms of automation, in terms of development, in terms of programming, in terms of write the better code, write the better framework, and different from others, and more practical stuff. That's the most important thing about this channel. From this channel, that the kind of the live practical scenarios we are covering, and the kind of things that we are doing in terms of automation, I think that is very much needed. Otherwise, learning basic stuff, just reading the documentation of the tool, I think that won't help much. So whatever I know in my bucket, whatever I'm learning from from my personal learning, from my previous learning, or whatever I have done so far, I always try to share my things with you guys. That, okay, yeah, this is what I know, and this is what I want to deliver. So it always motivates me. I never hesitate to share the things. So I think that's a good response from you guys also, and that's really great. हिंदी चैनल का क्या हुआ उमंग यार? हिंदी, I speak Hindi very good, no doubt about it. I'm basically from North India only, but the only thing is that when I explain in Hindi, that time I struggle a lot. Struggle means it's really like difficult to explain the technical stuff in Hindi. So I think that was the main thing. I'm not that much active on Hindi channel, but yeah, I'll definitely try to make some videos on that. Okay, so any questions? Hey Dheeraj, how are you? Thank you so much. And then we have Sharad, we have Rahul, we have Shreya, we have Neil. Thank you. Deserve 1 million. 1 million. I really don't know, yeah, like how much time it will take, because we have a huge IT community, and that IT community, then after that we have a small QA community. So I think in the competition is really good, and a lot of good channels are there in the market, and no doubt about it, people are creating a lot of really good content. It's not like 3 years, 4 years back that only few channels were there. I think everybody is doing great now. I think 1 million really need to do a lot of hard work for that. So let's see. Okay, 1 million. I did exactly said the same thing when I crossed 1,000, and I was like, okay, no, 1 lakh subscribers, 100K subscribers will take a lot of time, maybe 10 years or something. But yeah, it happened within 3 years. So now I can expect 1 million also, but that's not the target that we are looking for. Okay, I enjoy my work. I enjoy delivering the things to you guys, and then you guys are appreciating it. What else you need? That is the most important thing. There is no competition. There is no a competition with other YouTubers also. And me, Mukesh, Raghav, we all are really good friends, and we support each other. And then that's the important thing. You should get the job. And I can see that, okay, there is from last 3 4 years, there is a big change in the market just because of good resources and good online courses are available. People are learning, people are getting the things and sharing. And otherwise, just 4 5 years back, we were just focusing only on the specific part of the testing, that is your typical functional testing or manual testing. But I think the exposure was really great. We tried our best, and as a community also we try to give the best thing to the it's all about give and take. We have taken a lot of things, and now it's time to give it back. And just because of this thing, guys, that I never thought YouTube as a career. Seriously, never thought that, okay, I was having really smart package, really good package in my previous company. And but thought of leaving this job, thought of spending more and more amount of time on on the channel, on training, or on content creation. That makes me motivated all the time. So I think that is the main reason to leave the job. So now in September, I think it will be 1 year that I'll be jobless, but it's my own work now. Now I can say it's a founder of Naveen Automation Labs, although we have only 2 or 3 employees. But yeah. Anyways, hey Mukesh, thank you so much. Thanks for joining, guys. Joining, buddy. So that's great. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask. Now we can take a couple of questions if you have it. And perfect. So I think that's a nice question that Prashant is asking. How to gain confidence on automation interview? See, Prashant, sorry. See, gain automation interview. If you're preparing only for automation, you will never get the confidence. If you're only learning the things only for automation interview point of view, that okay, tomorrow I have interview and these are the 100 interview questions, I'll just go through it and somehow I'll try to crack it, that you will never get the confidence. The actual thing, you have to learn from the basics, from the starting, from the beginning, whatever it's required. And whatever the most important thing in terms of framework designing, in terms of the basic understanding of the framework, basic understanding of the design patterns, improve your coding skills, improve how will you optimize the code. And then you do all these things and then try to learn any specific automation tool, for example Selenium or Rest Assured or whatever. Then that will give you confidence. Then you go through all the 100 200 questions just to check your status, that okay, yeah, can I cover these interview questions or not at a time of interview. I think this is the right approach. What exactly people they do it, they're directly jumping into top 100 interview questions or very framework based questions and then done. And then tomorrow I'll give the interview. If you're lucky, you can crack it, but you won't be able to survive properly, guys. You will always struggle. So please, that is my advice. Learn from the beginning. Give at least spend 2 or 3 months of time with your learning. Spend time, spend money, or do some investment on your learning. That is the most important thing. Investment is not about only money. Investment means about your time also, efforts also you have to put. You have to spend time on weekends. That's the most important thing. Okay, then you will reach at that level and then you will cross some really good companies. I'm pretty much sure about that, right? Okay, so automation in next 5 years, Dinesh, why not? Automation for next 15 years also it will be there, but don't worry about that. We just try to learn the new things. There are a lot of good things happened from last couple of years. A lot of good things are coming in next couple of years, so automation will always be there. Don't worry about that. Testing is there, automation will be there, and it will be there forever. If new development is happening, then who will test it? Are you going to test 1,000 test cases manually? No, right? You have to automate it. Nobody's going to replace those things. Maybe might be possible that okay, you have to learn new things or new tools and technologies in the market, but I think automation will be there for sure. So just don't worry about it. It's a great career and great smart package. You will be getting it, so don't worry about that. Right? So I think that's an evergreen question, Harry. Java or Python, both are great. See, I'm not biased with any specific programming language. Both are great, but you have to see the demand in the market. It depends. If you are, let's see, if you are in India, and if you see the market capture in India, also as such, there is no specific surveys. Like in specific surveys, also there maximum 1,000 votes or 2,000 votes. But if you see the overall trend, overall the market condition and the job description, most of the time, majority of the time, 70-80% time, you will be getting Selenium with Java or Rest Assured with Java library. People started working on Python also, but in a specific companies only, in a specific domain only. So if you are looking for only for Python, you are or your company is looking for Python, then I think you should go for it. Or you get an opportunity that okay, or tomorrow you have an interview with that company, and that is what exactly you're looking for. In that case, you have to learn Python. I think if you are very fresh, very new, and you really want to learn automation, I think there are a lot of things to do in Java. And Java is not a programming language, guys. So it's it's an overall package for the complete technology and tools. There are so many things in Java, right? So I think better to go with Java with automation, which is very, very in high demand, and just go for it. Either it is backend automation, API automation, or mobile automation. Java is always there on top. So just go for it. Then Shreya is asking, hey Shreya, what is the future of JavaScript, Selenium, and Cucumber? It's a good future. Now, why not? A lot of good things are happening with respect to Cucumber, Selenium with JavaScript. A lot of good frameworks are available. Just go for it. But improve your JavaScript knowledge, and then the concept will remain same in Selenium and Cucumber. Same feature file, same step definition file, same Selenium code you have to write, but the language will be different. The syntax will be different. So you should know the basic manipulations, basic for loop, basic if conditions, basic classes. How will you create a function? How will you create an object in JavaScript? How will you call them? How will you pass the value, pass the reference? I think these are the 7-8 topics that you have to prepare, and then you are good to go. So future is great, no doubt about it. A lot of good things you can do with respect to Selenium Java along with the JavaScript. Okay, so just go for it. Ajit Ajit Tawa Vasu is, when will get tutorial about UiPath? I think I really don't think so that okay, I'll be preparing something on UiPath. I think you can contact to a couple of UiPath experts on LinkedIn. Anmol was there. Anmol is already there. I think she's preparing really good content on UiPath. You can check her YouTube channel. We had one seminar, a webinar also. I think Mukesh is also having a couple of videos on UiPath, but from my side, it won't be there. So please don't expect anything about UiPath in future. Right. So great. Did you try this thing, GitHub CoPilot? Anyone tried that? I recently released one video also on, and that was an amazing thing. I tried with JavaScript, with Cypress, and other different automation script, and it works like magic. Like the moment you press a tab, automatically the entire code will be generated, and a lot of good things you can do that. And it's so smart tool that they know okay what is a variable name also that you have to prepare, you have to create. So I think that's a great tool. Just try for that. Okay. So, Girish, do we get more videos on GraphQL? I think from my side, whatever is required, I have already done it. GraphQL, only one thing is pending, that is GraphQL mutation. How to create the user, and the subscription also. It's not that important, but the mutation I can do it if you want. But majority of the things I've already done from the GraphQL architecture wise, GraphQL understanding wise, and the different APIs, different examples, and GraphQL with rest assured also I have already covered. 2-3 videos are already there. That is, I think, more than enough for you. If you're looking more and more specific to specific GraphQL automation thing, that just let me know. Maybe I can prepare some video on that. Okay, so good thing is coming with respect to that is my target, gRPC and microservices automation, Krishna. Very soon, Google protobuf and certain things with respect to Spring Boot, I'll be coming. That is the commitment from my side. If you remember that, okay, recently I shared 2 months back that there are 4 to 5 important video series I'm going to start. That is the GraphQL that is already completed. Cypress with API automation, that is already in progress. In next couple of days, it will be completed. And then I'll be touching this WebDriverIO with the TypeScript. And then I'll be talking about the gRPC. That is your microservices automation. So definitely it will be there. I have worked on this technology in my previous company, and I know what to automate and what not to automate, and how to automate, which library is important. So I'll be explaining it very soon in that. So wait for some time. Definitely it will be there. Right. So Bipin is asking which framework I should learn in Java. So confused. I already know advanced Java, but unsure what to do with that. Bipin, if it depends, what is your target? You're learning for automation or what? Advanced Java means you don't need to learn about Springs, or I would say Hibernate or EJB or such things. You can ignore these things. For automation point of view, basic core Java is more than enough. And I would advise you to improve your knowledge on design patterns, improve your knowledge on different principles which are already defined. Improve your knowledge on the coding skills, that how to write a better optimized code in a better ON or ON Square or O1. That is the most important thing that you have to consider. And then framework design patterns are available for, let's see, for UI automation. We have design patterns like page object model design pattern, we have singleton pattern, we have factory pattern, behavioral pattern, and then certain libraries are available like TestNG, Cucumber, which is like very powerful in Java. And then try to learn those things. I think this will give you a lot of confidence. TestNG, Cucumber, you can use either it is with your mobile automation, API automation, or UI automation. You can easily use with that. If you are very well versed with these basics design, and I think then you are good to go, right? You should know how to use framework approaches like data driven or hybrid framework, how to create a utility, how to out of utility, how to create a jar, fed jar, how to deploy, all such things, complete CI/CD pipeline. I think these things are very much needed these days. Not only writing the Selenium code driver.find element, that won't help you. You have to raise your bar high. I think that is very much required. So I think just follow this pattern, follow the sequence, and I'm pretty much sure that you will get the confidence. You don't need to spend time on advanced Java concepts. If you really want to become a good automation engineer, a good SDET engineer, I think that is more than enough. If you really want to spend time on DevOps or maybe on the dev skills or development side, then only you need to know about those advanced Java concepts. Otherwise, you're good to go. Okay, Suresh, what do you mean by stack QA? You mean to say full stack QA or stack QA? So stack QA, yes, no doubt about it. There we have a stack, but I don't personally believe in full stack QA. It's a bogus term according to me. But a stack QA means a different domain. For example, let's see someone is looking for mobile automation. Then in that particular stack, we have certain tools and technologies are available. Same thing for UI, same thing for API, same thing for performance, security, such things. So, but it doesn't mean that you have to get expertise on different tools, or 20 tools are available in the market in the entire stack. You have to learn each and everything. It's not like that, guys. No one can become the master, okay, in all the tools. If you can, that's really great. But master means you have actually practically seen those tools, practically implemented that. It's not about that, okay, a couple of scripts that you have written in your Eclipse, and then you are good to go. You cannot say that, okay, I'm full stack QA engineer in that case, right? Okay, so the next question. Make a video on Groovy script, but Praveen, it's not in my pipeline right now. Maybe you can refer maybe some other blogs or channel, because Groovy script I see as of now the practical use case in terms of the API automation with the SOAP UI. Other than that, I don't see a great advantage here. Just to prepare a complete list and spend time on Groovy script from my side. So I think it's not in my pipeline, but you can refer. Groovy is very simple. 99% syntaxes are coming from Java only, and it's just upper wrapper of Java. So you can easily do that. You can use internal jar also of Java, any third-party library also of Java. You can use it with Groovy. So I think those things are more than enough. There are really good tutorials and blogs are available. Just go for it. It depends what exactly your target, right? Okay, so the next question, Harry, Selenium or API testing? I'm good with API automation, but not Selenium. No, Harry, you have to be good in Selenium as well. Otherwise, you will struggle. Okay, UI automation is although if you see the test automation pyramid, the UI automation is the least priority, but majority of the companies are looking for Selenium, and they're looking for Selenium UI automation. And the Selenium is the most popular tool available in the market as compared to other tools. It's a good advantage that, okay, you are already having API testing in your bucket, but I think you should learn Selenium also. And then you can create multiple frameworks, API with Selenium together, or different frameworks. And I think you can use both the things together in the common script, in the common framework, common libraries. You can create that for your UI and API. So I think you have to learn Selenium, which is like very, very much required. Otherwise, your resume will always be will not be completed without Selenium or without UI automation. Majorly, I'm talking about. Okay. So one thing that okay, just a minute. I think I lost the questions. Robot framework, I think it's a good future, no doubt about it. If you're looking for codeless automation or scriptless automation, or basically majorly into keyword driven, robot framework is very stable library and in Python. And I thought of creating one end-to-end, series on robot framework, but I could not get chance. I have other important things as compared to robot framework. But I think Mukesh has really created one complete video on robot framework. Just go and check it over there, and that will give you the complete idea about it. But the future of robot framework, it will be there. There are still a lot of companies that started using it, robot framework, and it's a very stable tool actually. So that's why I really personally liked it, and I have done a couple of POCs on robot framework, and it was successfully done. Although I'm a big fan of script-based automation, but if you really want to learn robot, you can create your own custom libraries also with robot in Python. That's you're good to go. So just go for it. It's having a good future, no doubt about it. Okay, so yeah, that is a good question. What about WebDriverIO framework? Great tool. I'm a big fan of WebDriverIO. That's why like I prepared one full series on WebDriverIO. Uh, Yasir, that is 1 year back, and it was listed on the WebDriverIO official website also. They recommend Naveen Automation Labs channel only. And but yeah, I'm planning to start WebDriverIO with TypeScript also, and there is a recent version is also available on WebDriverIO. So I have to cover all the new things as well. Just give me 1 month time. Definitely new series will be there. But WebDriverIO, it's a great tool, no doubt about it. You can do a lot of good things. UI automation and APM automation. Sorry, mobile automation also you can do it. And if you're coming from Selenium background, right? If you're coming from Selenium background, definitely it will help you a lot because the syntax and the concept wise, it's exactly same. So just go for it. WebDriver IO supports JavaScript and TypeScript both, but you have to learn those things. Then only you can properly work with WebDriver IO. But the syntax wise, it's very simple, very straightforward. So Pratik Saxena is asking Cypress API test framework videos. Pratik, that is already started recently, 2 days back. Around 4 to 5 videos are already there, and the complete series will be there. Cypress with UI automation is already there. API automation I recently started 2 days back. We have already covered get call, post call, API chaining, such things. My planning to cover put call, delete call, and other important things. And then we will try to integrate with the maybe CI/CD pipeline, or we will try to mount it on Jenkins or Docker containers, something like this. We will try to do that. So you will get complete idea about end-to-end framework with respect to Cypress. We will generate some really good reports also with respect to, let's see, Elior or Mocha Awesome report. We will try to do that as well. Okay, so 4 or 5 videos will be there, and 4 videos are already there. So just go and check it. It's already there. I'm pretty much sure it's just 2021 latest series, and the actual use cases I have covered over there, and so I think it will help you a lot. Okay. So what we achieve in automation, we can achieve more bugs in manual than automation. Is manual testing in danger? No, why manual testing in danger, Rocky Rajesh? You're asking what we are achieving in automation. We can achieve more bugs in manual. Definitely, in manual testing, you will be getting more and more bugs. Automation is for your regression. Automation will just for you, just to give you the confidence that let's see, 1,000 test cases you have, and you really don't have time. And for every regression, you are not going to execute those 1,000 test cases again and again. You have to spend time on your new features also in the sprint. But what about those 500,000 test cases? Who is going to execute that? Right? So that's why we write automation. But how smartly you're writing your automation with respect to proper validation, proper assertions, proper checkpoints, if you're writing it, definitely automation will find the checks, will find the errors and the bugs in your application, and then you just go for it. But you should not compare that, okay, with the manual testing. Manual testing is having its own importance, and 100% automation is a myth. So you cannot say that, okay, manual testing is in danger. Manual testing will always be there, guys. First of all, what is like manual automation? It doesn't matter. Ultimately, end of the day, we all are QA. My job is to find the bugs. My job is to make the product stable. My job is to do the application testing. That is the most important thing. How exactly you're doing in terms of automation or manual or some XYZ process, that is up to you. My job is to make my life easy so that I can execute those 1,000 test cases through automation and spend more and more time on manual testing time, on manual efforts on the new features which are not stable or which are about to release. Okay, so don't worry about that. Manual testing will always be there. So I think we can take this question also. I think this is a common question for all the people like who already crossed 9 years or 10 years, who knows manual testing and automation testing with respect to career path, any technology to learn. I think Manjunath, after 9 years, after 10 years, I think you will definitely expect that, okay, yeah, I should go for some manager role or maybe some or maybe some team lead role, or or engineering manager kind of role. And or if you really want to go in your technical areas only, that okay, SDAT manager or tech manager or something like this, or maybe test automation architect, in that career path also you can pick. So you have to make sure that okay, you have to make your hands dirty with different things. Now talk about the infrastructure level, talk about that framework level, different design patterns, the new tools and technologies are available in the market. You have to do research. You have to learn about DevOps and how can you fit into the proper DevOps process with respect to test automation, with respect to your testing processes, that okay, that you are doing it, where exactly you can fit into CI/CD pipeline. So I think those kind of maturity is very much needed after 9 years and 10 years. After 10 years, management is not expecting, okay, you have to design the framework end to end, again, writing the same script. And for that, we have junior members, or SDET1 and SDET2 is available, or different other automation engineers are available. Your job is to guide them. Your job is to share your experience, share your knowledge, and share your knowledge in terms of test automation architect, or maybe an expert over there who can actually handle the situation, who can deliver the product properly and with the right fit of automation and the testing activities and the process properly. I think this is the maturity level everyone is expecting after 9 years and 10 years, and everyone should get it. I have seen people after 12 years, 13 years also still doing the same thing, still writing the manual test cases in the Excel sheet, and then exactly doing just like a normal QA engineer. They do it after 2 years. I think, and then they always scared of okay, learning the new things. I think you should get the ownership, get the responsibility that okay, yeah, I'm the owner of this module, of this application, of this particular product for the QA side, and then I have to deliver. So that level of maturity after 9 years and 10 years, people are expecting from you. Okay, so I think this question was asked a couple of times. Which tool is best to start with API automation? So Arvind, thanks for asking this question, Arvind. That API automation, I would see this. First thing is that Postman. Everyone should learn about Postman. Postman means it's just a tool which will help you to hit the APIs, get the response. If you really want to write your test cases in JavaScript, that also you can do that. But Postman is the most important thing in your laptop right now if you're doing API automation, or if you're doing any kind of manual testing with API also. If you're playing with the APIs, otherwise, how will you simulate the API? Although there are other tools are available, but Postman is very flexible, very lightweight, very easy to use. Just go for it and then hit the APIs and then get the response, write some basic test cases, create the collection, and then learn about Postman end to end. That is like very, very easy to do that. I won't prefer, that is my personal choice. I won't prefer to design a framework in Postman with respect to JavaScript, because you can write your test cases, but there are some limitations that in that case, I would prefer to use some other external library. For example, let's say rest assured, I will be using it. I can use, let's say HTTP client. I can use Jersey client, right? I can use Cypress also if you really want to do Cypress automation with API with respect to JavaScript. I can use Karate DSL if you really want to do that. So these are certain tools that you have to learn with respect to API. And but I think rest assured is the most demanding thing in the market right now for API automation. And there are other supported tools like Karate and HTTP client. A lot of people, really good companies, they are using it. But Postman is the most compulsory thing that you should have. Everyone should have in your in their laptop. Okay, so one second. Malik is asking RPA or Selenium. No, that's I think that's a wrong comparison. You're comparing totally two different entities. RPA is totally different for enterprise or business level automation, and Selenium is very matured automation tool for functional automation. And we should not compare both the things. That is also we last time discussed in the webinar also for RPA UI path. And people unnecessarily compare RPA with Selenium. That is totally wrong thing. What do you suggest? Write in the comment section, guys. In the chat box, write it that okay, what do you think about, shall we compare RPA with Selenium or RPA with functional testing? RPA is for business automation. RPA is with the your enterprise level automation, for your office automation. For example, let's say 10,000 email configuration you have to do for the new joinees every year. How will you do that? Push notifications, such things you have to do with RPA. Let's say I want to read all the Twitter comments and the Twitter tweets, and then do some web scraping, and then publish the data after some AI or machine learning, and then for that purpose I want to use RPA. Why do you want to switch your career suddenly from Selenium or testing to RPA? That I don't understand that, until unless you have such a great demand or such a great knowledge or great I would say interest in RPA or in robot process automation with respect to enterprise level automation. But RPA is not only testing, guys. RPA is totally different ball game, and Selenium is different. I would prefer my career. That is my choice. I'm not criticizing any tool. That is my choice. That okay, I've already spent 7 8 years in with some Selenium, with functional testing, with automation, right? So I'll try to learn more and more new things with respect to testing. There are so many things to do that, right? And there's so much demand also in the market for Selenium or for automation. So I think it's a smart decision that you have to take it. If you are really good in your coding skills or framework designing or learning the new things, and you're really good in your programming, I think that there is no comparison with respect to programming in RPA and Selenium, right? RPA just code list and just create a flow and then run it and then done. Okay, so please watch that webinar last time we covered with Anmol, and then we clearly discussed about it that we should not compare RPA with Selenium. It's not a good thing to go. Okay, compare. Okay, so just a minute. Pushkar is saying, what is the career path for QA other than being a project manager? Till what level we can go? Yeah, Pushkar, that is a really good question. That project manager, engineering manager, you can become a VP also, and senior vice president, CTO also. I have seen in my previous company that is like people are coming from QA background. They spend 20 25 years in the industry, and they became CTO also. They became automation or engineering architect level also. You can go there. So there is no limit after that. Okay, so after a certain point of time, you will feel that okay, yeah, I know end to end project, I know tools and technology, I understand the system design, I understand, I understand the product very well. So why not? Nobody will stop you to move your career to the next level, right? So it doesn't matter these days in agile world, QA dev, and they all are at the same level. I'm not talking about in terms of other things. Maybe it could be different salary wise, or it could be different, but it depends company to company. But there is no limit for the QA career path. Definitely you can become a test automation architect, you can become engineering manager, senior engineering manager, then you can become a director, then VP, and then senior VP, like that. So growth is really great. There is really great growth. Okay, so let's take this question also. Cypress is best for coming days compared to Selenium. I would say Cypress is booming. Slowly, it's picking it up, but still, Selenium is the most demanding tool available in the market with respect to UI. You can try Cypress definitely if you really want to implement both the things together, like API and the UI automation together in the same framework. And if you love JavaScript, then I think you can go for that. But Cypress with the UI automation, there are some major limitations like parallel execution and then multiple tabs, limitation of iframes, and switching between two tabs or multiple tabs. These are the limitations are available. So I think if you're not a big fan of JavaScript, I would go with the Selenium in that case. But you can try Cypress with the API automation also. Definitely, you can try with that. The only problem with Cypress I see is that everything runs on the browser, inside the browser actually. So either you run their API test cases also, it will be running on your on the browser only. So that's why like the performance issues you might face sometimes. Okay, with respect to API automation or Cypress. Okay, so next question, Pranav is asking that is it worth to learn Scala and Golang for tester? Yeah, why not? You can do that. You can Golang. I would. It depends. Like very specific thing. If you're looking for, let's see, in terms of automation for your microservices, or you want to develop specific tool and technology for automation point of view, I think you can learn with Golang. Scala, you can use it for, we have only one specific tool if you're looking for, let's say, Gatling. Gatling for the performance testing, they support Scala, and which is very, very lightweight and very straightforward. language, which is a complete functional programming you can do. And I think then for that purpose, you have to learn Scala, okay, to work with the Gatling tool. So I think it's good to have Pranav in your bucket. So just go for it. Then step two automation is asking what automation skills required to get into product based companies. Okay. See, it depends which product based company you're looking for. Like if it is maybe Facebook, Amazon, or Netflix, and Apple, Walmart, Cisco, and there are some really good product companies out there. So it depends, right? But if you're really looking for, let's say, Facebook, or really looking for Google, or really looking for Apple or Amazon, so you have to be really good in your system design. You have to be really good in your data structure algorithms, right? And then they will check your maturity level in terms of automation, and then the tools and technologies will come into the picture. So if you are lacking in terms of your data structure and algorithm, I'm talking about for interview point of view, first one round or two rounds will be on data structure algorithm, maybe hacker rank, or maybe codility, or maybe telephonic round, or maybe the Skype round. They will be having it. You have to write the optimized code and you have to solve the problem, and it comes with the practice. Okay, so I think these are the important things, and the most important thing is the attitude for your learning, and are you really fit for the product based company culture? That is the most important thing, right? So I think with respect to automation skills that you're looking for, just improve your programming, improve your data structure algorithm, and then just go for it. So Mr. Vinay is saying you are a fresher. Okay, hi bro, I'm a fresher, just want to learn Selenium automation. Testing with Java, shall I need to learn any other than this? So Vinay, if you are just a fresher, just pass out, I think Selenium testing with Java, it's good to go. But along with that, so there are some side tools like supportive libraries. Try to learn at least basics of TestNG, Cucumber, basics of Maven, CI/CD pipeline, or maybe basics of Git repository. It's good to have if you really want to be different from others. And try to design the framework. Try to get that level of expertise that okay, yeah, I can design, I can contribute for the framework, I can write a generic function, I can write my test cases in TestNG or JUnit, right? And improve your all Selenium core features, like either it is action classes, select classes, synchronization in Selenium, and then weight utilities, and whatever we have in Selenium core, typical core features like XPath and everything. Just go for it, and then you try for the interviews. That I think more than enough for you. Okay, and improve your Java knowledge also. If you're trying with the Selenium with Java, people will expect, okay, you recently passed out, people will expect at least basic knowledge on Selenium on Java first. Okay, on UFT, Arvind, I have not planned yet on UFT, on Lean FT. Maybe I have better things to do. Maybe not right now, but I'll think about it for sure. Right? Okay, so let me just how to be strong in core Java. See, core Java is huge. There are so many things in core Java, and the syllabus is also very huge. But what is important for automation point of view, that is, I think, very much needed. You should start with the basics of syntax, like basics of classes, objects, loops, for each loop, basics of streams, Java 8, and then you have to jump into the object-oriented programming concepts like proper inheritance. You should know the practical use cases of inheritance. It's not about the parent properties I'm using in my class property, but there are so many use cases out there with respect to inheritance, polymorphism, overloading, overriding, and all these XYZ different concepts are there in object oriented, but with the practical use cases. Everyone knows about it. Okay, if someone is asking you, tell me about method overloading in your framework, then you should know the answer. Tell me where exactly you will be using array list and the hash map or linked hash map in your framework, in which use case that you will be using certain data structures provided by core Java, provided by Java, in which case in Selenium code you will be using it. So that is very much important thing. And if you are not able to create basic utilities or basic functions, if you are not aware of the how exactly object oriented programming works and how exactly classes and object works in Java, then you will always struggle in automation as well. especially when you design the framework, because in designing the framework is all about creating the different components, different libraries, different wrapper functions, utilities, and you have to call them. So you should know how to pass the value, how to pass the references, how to call their methods, and such things. So these are the core concepts of Java is very, very important here. Okay. Okay, so I think role of this one, I think I again lost this. Okay, Ricky Sharma is asking that if I need to be good in Cucumber, what sort of concept I need? See, Cucumber is very straightforward and very easy tool. But think about it before learning, before learning Cucumber BDD tool, because it's a concept of BDD which supports. So Cucumber is not BDD, guys. BDD is I would say that test-centric approach or process, right? But Cucumber is a tool, a library, which will give you certain libraries in JavaScript, in Ruby, and in Java. And then if your company is looking for Cucumber, but if your company is already following the BDD process, it means the three amigos, QA, Dev, and the PO, they are working together. They are collaborating together while creating the feature file, creating the user story, and then contributing for the and all the stakeholders also contributing for different feature file and everything that they are creating it, proper review, proper inspections are happening, then only you should go for Cucumber. It's not about only just for the sake of learning Cucumber, you have to learn. And it's a very easy library. Certain features are available, that how do you create the feature file, learn about given, when, then, how to convert them into step definition. And ultimately Cucumber does not provide anything with respect to Selenium, right? Cucumber does not provide anything with respect to REST assured or API automation. That's a separate library. Cucumber is just a set of template. It will give it to you that, okay, yeah, these are the given, when, then feature files you have to use. These are the step definition, and these are the runners or you have to use and run them. But internal core code is what is a Selenium only, is a Selenium library only. Then you can use a page object model or page library or any design pattern that you want to implement. You can implement that. So it's very easy to do that. There are certain plugins are available, certain features like hooks, and then the background and the plugins, and then what is the sort of given, when, then, or such things are available. How to write a proper examples keyword and all such things, and then just go for it. That is, I think, more than enough with respect to Cucumber. Someone is asking the difference between Cucumber and the BDD. I've already prepared a very good video. First, check that, okay, what is BDD? Just search it on Naveen Automation Labs. I tried my best to explain it over there, guys. Just go and check it. Cucumber is not a BDD, right? BDD is a different thing. Cucumber supports BDD process because it provides certain libraries for that. But please do not confuse between Cucumber and BDD. You cannot say, okay, I'm BDD expert after learning Cucumber. That's a wrong statement. And that is what, like, I think most of the, we have trainers, and then teachers are there in the market. They never teach that there is a big difference between BDD and Cucumber. BDD is a concept, is a test-centric approach. A test-centric approach, just like we have TDD or ATDD or BDD. Cucumber is just a library. And it's not compulsory to use Cucumber if you're using BDD. It's not that compulsion also. Remember this thing. Okay, so one second. I think someone was asking about the 90 days notice period. That is an evergreen question, but I think I missed that question. So how to handle 90 days notice period? I can see 5 or 6 questions over there. So guys, again, that's I know it's a big pain. 90 days notice period is a big pain. I know that. So just try to negotiate, try to convince them that, okay, yeah, that I can manage to 45 days or 60 days. This is a policy, and try to give your best shot at a time of interview. That so that they will not leave you. They have to wait for it. So it's not like, okay, just for an average guy you are giving an interview, then I think that won't help you much. There are better candidates are available in the market, and they can join within 1 month or within 2 months of time. So that is the first thing that you have to crack, and your resume looks very solid, your experience looks very solid in your resume. Second thing is that try to negotiate with your current manager in your current company, and then the HR also of that company, okay, that you are looking for. Just simple be positive, and then simple request, or maybe tell them, okay, I'll try my best to join as soon as possible, but it's not in my hand, and then I'm putting a lot of efforts, and I'll try my best. So that is the way you can do it, and search for those companies who are ready to who are ready to accept the 90 days notice period. I know that chances are slightly less in that case, but my advice, guys, that please don't leave your job, and then you are leaving your job and then searching without any offer. Without any offer, you're leaving the job, then it will be a big problem, because I have seen daily I'm getting emails that I'm not getting the job, because they were very much confident, they are very good about their learning and everything, but still they are not getting the job, because maybe the maybe whatever, you cannot say in the market that okay, you're getting the calls or not. Somebody is getting 10 different calls and you are not getting any single call. So that also could happen. So please just be careful, while resigning. If you don't have any offer, please don't resign. Be confident. If you're really very, very much confident about it, then only I think you should go for it. So somebody's asking, sorry, this not this one. This one. Good evening, sir. I've completed a software testing, but I'm lagging in percentage criteria. I'm not able to get job in companies. Should I want to go for startup companies? I think I really don't know that. Okay, people are still looking for the percentage criteria for a fresher, and then if you are, the things, if you have some experience or some really good projects in your internship or maybe in your college time with respect to software testing, and right set of tools, if you're showing in your resume, I think you should go for it. I don't think so in Bangalore people are, I know the Bangalore market very well, so I don't think so people are specifically looking for some specific percentage in your college time. I think those were the days gone. So just try it and keep trying it. Definitely, there are so many examples, guys. I have seen people are getting the jobs after fresher in testing. So as such, there is no important percentage criteria for that. Okay. So one second. I think let me just. I think that's a good question that Suresh is asking once again. That will we need to migrate our regression suite from one tool to another after some time when the tool is outdated? Do you have prior experience on that? Yeah, I have. I do have that. I was working on QTP, and then we have to move the entire framework or entire things. We have to change the tech stack, moving to the Selenium with Java. So it's not that very straightforward, guys. There is no plugin or such thing that okay, someone will overnight just import all the QTP test cases and converted that into Selenium test cases. No, you have to design the things from the scratch. Both are totally different things, and the code is not reusable. In QTP, we have JavaScript, VB script, but in here we have totally different languages like Java, Python, or something like that. But you should be aware of it. And if the tool is totally outdated means tool is not supporting. For example, Protector. There is no point to use Protector now, right? If tool is not supported, and there are no developments are happening, the dev community is not that active. So I think you should think about it, and then slowly you have to convert your small test cases like 50, 20 test cases into okay with the new tool, and then design the framework, the skeleton of the framework, the foundation of the framework you prepare, and then top of that you keep creating the different components and the different test cases. And then you can say okay, half of the test cases you are running with the old tool, and half the test cases you are running with the new thing, and then keep migrating everything, all the test cases, and maintain a matrix or maintain a mapping over here, that okay, yeah, this tool, this automation test case is done with Selenium. Okay, the check is done. So like that, you can create a mapping, and once the entire things are migrated and automated, whatever you have done so far, and the coverage is really good, then you can say, okay, yeah, this is outdated now. We are not going to update the previous old automation tool script, and it's gone from our side. Okay, and then you fully focus on your new and try to make it stable as much as possible with the new automation framework that you have developed. I think that should be the approach, according to me, you should follow. Okay, so one second. AI ML. It's not the Shubhang Shubhakanta. Okay. Hi, Naveen. Can you suggest some good tool to learn in automation? Which tool should be must for tester by looking into the future? As such, there is no specific tool, guys. These days, no, that only Selenium or only specific tool that you have to learn. I think what if that okay, someone is using Selenium, but you have to work on API also, or you have to work on mobile automation or performance also, right? So I think you should have some basic knowledge on different tools. I cannot say that okay, I'm not saying you have to be master on different tools, but if you're asking one tool from my side, these days, which is very much in the market and very much demanding tool from last couple of years, and it will be there because there are a lot of good things are happening, and which is the most stable tool with respect to UI automation. I would go with Selenium. Selenium with any language that is according, okay, that's totally your choice. But if you really go with the market capture, I think Selenium with Java is the most demanding tool. You should go for it. And then I think you should have Postman in your bucket. And then you should have Rest Assured also in your bucket. APM, you can ignore it because not everyone is looking for APM automation or mobile automation. That you can ignore it. But if you really start your automation journey, I think I would say that, okay, start with the programming language, improve your programming, and then learn Selenium. That is the most demanding thing in the market right now with respect to automation. Okay. So Ria is saying that, hi Naveen, I love programming, but I'm finding difficulties to build the logic while coding. So bit afraid to switch any developer profile. Could you please guide for this? See, either it is developer or automation engineer or automation development, you have to write the logic. You have to build up the libraries and the utilities, and that function will accept something as an input parameter, and then you have to process, you have to build up the logic, you have to write your own data structure algorithms for that, and then which best data structure you will be using it, the more and more optimized code that you have to use it, and then return from the function, and then accordingly you have to develop a logic on the basis of your use cases. So it comes along with the practice only. The more and more practice that you do, and you will learn a lot of good things over there. And the same thing you have to implement in your framework also, in your development activities also, you have to implement that. Without implementation, just to know about how exactly stack work or how exactly queue work or what is array list or hash map or linked list, with the definition anyone can do that. Okay, this is the add method and this is the get method, this is a put method, and that's it. This is key value pair format, and this is how we have to start a for loop. But where exactly you are using in your framework, for example, SE automation, where exactly hash map you are using it, where exactly array list you are using it in your framework, in which use case you will be storing the data in hash map data structure. That is the important thing. And then you have to build up the logic accordingly. So that's very, very important when you design the framework. Otherwise, you will always struggle. I totally understand your point. And that's why you are afraid to switch your development profile also. So being a developer also, you either you are UI development or backend developer, you have to write the logic, you have to build the application, and the components you have to create that along with some other the side libraries or side technologies, like you have to learn about then Docker, Kubernetes, cloud, and all such things also you have to learn along with that. Okay, so I think one resume question, yeah, I can prepare that. I have couple of some really good samples of resume for 1 year and for 3 years or 5 years or 7, 8 years. I think I can prepare one video for that and I can upload it on my site. You can download directly from there. Just give me a couple of days. I can collect those resume and then I can prepare one video for that for sure. Okay, the next question is that Chandra is asking that what are your thoughts of automation as a tool for regression or complete functional end-to-end testing? Uh, I think automation can be used for regression and can be used for the complete functional. It depends. Like complete functional is a very risky statement that we are putting here. It means that you are not doing any testing manually and not executing any test case manually, just like Facebook claims that we have 100% CI/CD pipeline, and you see Facebook application. There are so many bugs are there in Facebook, on LinkedIn also. They claim that, okay, no, we don't have any SDETs and we don't hire QA. And you see their application, the standard of Facebook these days from last couple of years, you can see that, right? It's because they are not testing it properly, or they claim that, okay, no, we have the 100% CI/CD pipeline or complete functional automation, we have done it. No, 100% automation, again, it's a myth, guys. You cannot automate everything. There are so many things that you have to test it completely. And end-to-end testing also, let's say complete end-to-end flow that you are doing it along with your UI plus some level of API also you are doing it along with your UTs, unit test cases, and the SITs also. That's a very difficult to achieve that. I will be very happy that, okay, if you are giving me the coverage of 30-40% of the regression coverage through automation, that I'll be more than happy to do that. But that should be stable. That is the main thing. People try to achieve 70-80%, but who is going to maintain that? It's not like, okay, just for the sake of showing the numbers to the management, but it will be a nightmare. It will make your life miserable after 2-3 months, and your automation framework will be dead if nobody is going to maintain that. If you have uh, 80% automation you have done, which is not at all stable, it's not giving you the results also, it's not able to find out those problems in your application, then it will be a big you know a backfire on you. That, okay, then why did you spend so much amount of time from last 1 year? You are trying to automate the things, complete automation or end to end, but nothing is getting, we are not getting the complete ROI, right? This is what management is asking, right? Where is the return of investment? We have hired licenses, we have hired tools and resources and everything, and we are not getting the return on that. This is why most of the companies, they tend to fail with the automation. That is the main reason, because maybe uh, the coverage that they're trying to achieve 70-80%, which is like next to impossible to do that, and too much pressure on the from the management side, and management also doesn't understand the automation concept here. Automation is not like just magic will happen and the next day everything will be automated. It's not like that. You have to spend time, you have to make it stable, you need resources, you need skills to do that. That is the most important thing with automation. So, Chandra, I would advise that go for regression. Don't go with the complete functional testing. You cannot automate complete things. And 70-80% regression testing, if you're achieving it, that is great. But make sure it is a stable. 30-40% things are automated and stable. That is more than enough. That will, it's a good coverage according to me. So someone is saying, Divyasha is saying that your Java videos to clear interview with respect to. See, these are my videos. I would always say, okay, yeah, these are not enough, but it will help you a lot. There are some really good concepts also. Still, a lot of things from my side with respect to Java that I have to deliver. I always try my best whenever there is important, tricky Java interview questions or the basics of OOPS or everything. I tried my best to cover that. If it is helping you, just go for it. But you should not stop learning Java. Daily, there is a new concept, okay, in Java. So just Java is an ocean, guys. There are so many things to learn about that. Okay, let's take this question also. I think that's a common question for all people who really want to switch into IT from non-technical field to the technical field. How to preparation for coding level. So Neelam, first of all, that preparation for the coding level is a secondary thing. But first, you should know about in which field you really want to get into testing. Because switch into technical field, it's a very huge term. Like in which field in technical field means it which area in development, in performance, or in manual testing or functional automation, where exactly you want to switch, right? Or UI development or what. So if you're looking for testing, I think you should learn about the testing first. How exactly we do testing, how to write the test cases, what is bug life cycle, okay, and try to learn all these basic tools and terminologies, basic tech stack that you have to improve, and then go for interviews and everything, and then slowly you have to improve your coding things as well, and then start giving the interviews, and then see that, okay, where exactly I stand. And then if you're getting the rejection, nothing to worry about that, and just trying to improve more and more things, and then things will automatically will be falling in place for sure about it. But it takes time. People who are looking for get into IT, especially into automation testing, guys, it's not that overnight journey. You have to spend 3-4 months of time. You have to do a lot of hard works, because I do take training and everything, and I see that, okay, people are actually coming from non-technical background, maybe some MBA guys are coming, civil engineers are coming, people are having 13 years of gap or 12 years of gap or 5 years of gap. They moved to US and they got married, they got baby, and then after 5 years they want to switch into IT or testing once again. So for them it's a struggle initially for 6 months, I would say, or 4 5 months. So learn the right things from the right resources and then go for it. I have not seen anyone who actually could not get the job after the hard work. Okay, after that, whatever the practice, but you have to practice initially. Okay, and then you have to start going for the interviews and everything. Okay. I think now the questions are getting repeated, or maybe let me check the. Yeah, Karthik, it's good to have impact of cloud and DevOps certification knowledge on tester. It's really good to have as a tester. If you know your cloud and DevOps technologies, how exactly my infrastructure work on AWS or Azure or on GCP, whatever that you are using it, and you are certified also, or DevOps certification also that you have it, definitely you will be different from others. So if you are planning to do something like that, just go for it. It will help you a lot. Okay, it means like you understand the system, you understand the infrastructure, you understand that, okay, how exactly my pipelines are working, where exactly my application is deployed, and how to check the server logs, how to check the panic on the production. There are so many things, okay, you can do better than others as a normal tester, as compared to the normal tester. So I think just go for it. It will help you a lot. And I personally believe that every automation engineer or every actually engineer, they should have the basic DevOps skills. They should know the CI/CD pipeline. They should know how to deploy. They should know how to trigger the test cases, and then they should know how to create a basic CI/CD pipeline integration with certain other tools, or Slack integration, or running your test cases on the AWS or cloud or something like that. So that I think these days which very much required. Vasant, yeah, that's the right thing. Very much interested to learn Cypress, but I feel I might lose a hold on Java if I switch to new language. No, it's nothing like that. You cannot forget Java. If you learn once Java, I learned Java around 15 years back, and still I'm learning. But I always get the confidence in Java. Doesn't matter which language that I'm using it. Yeah, here and there you might get confused. It happened with me a couple of times. I'm writing the code in morning in Java, and for training purpose, I'm teaching Python, and for my YouTube videos, I'm learning JavaScript and then teaching there as well. So sometimes you will get confused, and then you will always think in different way that, okay, in Java we have this concept with respect to garbage character, but in Python, in JavaScript, we have a different concept over here with respect to destructure or garbage character. The memory utilization, the memory management is totally different as compared to Java in certain different languages. But you will be used to it when you work on it. You will be used to it. Okay. Okay. So see, salary and all, I cannot tell you. After 5 years, it's up to you. It totally depends on the company and on your caliber also. So nobody will give you the exact figure, that 5 multiplied by 2 or 5 multiplied by your experience or number of switches or your age or whatever. It really doesn't. I really don't know the any formula to get the specific salary for a specific number of years. It totally depends on you, your caliber, and the company that you are applying for. You might get after 5 years, I've seen people are making 30, 40 lakhs also, and after 5 years, people are still making 8 lakhs or 9 lakhs. So again, it's totally up to you how exactly you're preparing and how exactly you're targeting. I would advise that to everyone. That is what I feel, that take a right decision at the right time. Don't wait. Okay, no, after 10 years, I'll think about switching the company. If you really get bored of this company and you're not learning anything and you're already in the comfort zone and there is no great progress and there is no learning curve, then I think you are just wasting your time. Because in the same company, maximum what will you get? Maximum 5% hike or 10% hike or 15, 20% hike, you will be getting it. If you're really thinking about the money and the kind of exposure, you will meet new people, new tools, technologies, how exactly people are working in different companies in the industry. I think, and in that case, if you're looking for that thing with the proper stability and proper money and everything, I think then you should switch after that. Okay, so take a right decision at the right time, learn the right thing at the right time. It's not like that. There are a lot of people, they did mistake. They started with me, 12, 13 years back. They started with me, and they are still into the same thing, same stuff. They are doing it. They that exactly say they were doing in HCL. Still, they're exactly doing the same thing. And from last 13, 14 years, they never switched any single company. Although they become senior manager or senior product manager or something like this, over there, the salary might be really good also. But when you talk to them in terms of tools and technologies, in terms of new things or new technologies are there in the market, they are totally blank. They never discuss about those technical stuff. So it depends on you. If you really want to get into that comfort zone, okay, that's it's totally up to your choice. You really want to do only 9 to 5 jobs from last 15 years, nothing, no excitement, nothing. Then again, I was not the kind of person. I actually took a decision at the right time, but it's not like every 6 months I was changing the company. I spent the time, I learned the things, and then I saw, okay, yeah, this is what is happening, which is like very active in the market, and this is the kind of future okay, I might get after a couple of years. And this is the thing that, okay, now I'm in that situation that I can leave my job, and actually I left my job because of these things. Okay, so I'm not making it up, guys. This is what some really good people actually they did it actually in the industry, and they are working in some really really good companies and making money and really good career and having some totally different knowledge altogether as compared to other folks. But that cream you will find only 5 or 10% in the industry. Okay, then they don't compare, okay, yeah, dev is having a good package or sjet is having a good package. It really doesn't matter to them because they have taken the right decision at the right time. Okay, so Shreya Bahadur is asking, prepare for ISTQB Foundation example. I think I'm not the right person, although I'm ISTQB certified. 13, 14 years back, I did this exam, but after that, I never shown this thing on my resume. And I really don't think so that it is very much required also. ISTQB or any foundation certification is really read it or not. I really don't know about other countries also, but I'm really not a big fan of the certification. So that's why I cannot give anything on that. Somebody asked the same question that, okay, do we have any Selenium certification, guys? No, we don't have any official Selenium certification. If someone is claiming that, okay, we will give you the certification from for the Selenium point of view, and then it's officially accepted and the globally recognized Selenium certification, it's not true, guys. It's totally wrong thing. In fact, if you see this Simon and Stewart tweet also, and they clearly written on Selenium Dev on the official website also that we never endorse any Selenium certification. If someone is giving you the Selenium certification, they are totally wrong, and they are selling the snake oil. Training is good, but Selenium certification and saying that, okay, no, this is the only official or recognized global certification, that's totally wrong, guys. Uh, that is the main creator of the Selenium tool itself is saying that. Then why should we go for Selenium certification? Certification, guys, might help you to learn the things, but the actual knowledge will come when you practice, when you design the things, when you implement the things. Not like 100 question that just simple basic objective question that you have covered, how exactly Selenium works, what is WebDriver, and how do you click on a button or certain things. If you're doing only such things, then it's and I have seen that, okay, nobody fails in these certification. Everyone will clear the certification for sure. Okay, but it's again up to you. So don't run behind the certification, run behind the knowledge. That is very much important. Okay, so my thoughts on Serenity, I think Pawan, it's a great tool. I have personally used Serenity for my APM automation as well as Selenium. Sorry, as well as rest assured. So I have did that. I have done it, and it's a really good tool. Just go for it. Okay, so someone is asking the future of API testing. Why this question? Future of API testing, without API, you cannot survive, right? I mean, how will you communicate between two systems or multiple systems? They're communicating with each other. You need APIs. Someone has developed those APIs, but who will test it? Right? It's not like API will be gone. It's not like that. It's a part of your design, it's part of your system. Two systems are communicating with each other. Somebody has exposed their APIs, someone is as working as a producer or as a consumer. So, and then who will test it? So in that case, API testing is very much required. Okay, so you have to test it. So you have to learn certain API automation tools or API testing tools like Postman, REST Assured, HTTP client, such tools or libraries you have to learn after along with Selenium or along with the UAE automation. Okay, just go for it. Okay, so I think that's good, guys. I think. Hey Rahul, thank you. 179. Thank you so much, buddy. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I'm not taking too much detailed technical question, guys. So I think I'm just taking some high level questions. So Ajay is asking, do QA need to have knowledge on SQL? Yeah, Ajay, why not? 100%. If your application is using some SQL based database like MySQL Server or Oracle or something like that, you should know about it. How will you hit the query? How will you write all the the basics of query and SQL joins and everything? How will you get the data from database and validate the exactly same thing on like that? Or let's say you join a company where everything is about only backend, everything is about in the in terms of APIs. The moment they do a post call, the data is getting stored in multiple tables, and then the moment you write a get call, you have to write a join, inner join, or maybe full outer join, or a left join or the right join. You have to write a join in the database using SQL, and then exactly same data you have to validate, right? In fact, the SQL knowledge is very much sometimes very much important also when you write the automation, which is like very very important. You cannot validate everything from the UI, or what if the APIs are not available for that? That also could be possible, right? But the data is getting passed inside the database through the some PL/SQL code. So you should know how to hit those queries, get the data, and validate the same thing on the UI to prepare some really amazing test cases like that. So SQL knowledge is, I think, very much required. The basic knowledge of SQL knowledge is very, very much required, right? Cool. I think that's a wrong assertion. How can you compare two strings? Then it will be failed. But thank you so much. Okay. Bhushan is asking which language. All the languages are really good to go. But if you see go for the demand in the market, I think you should go with the Java. No, Devashish, I'm not going to answer all these questions. So I'm just picking some really good questions. Otherwise, we can sit in the morning and then still people will be asking the questions. So I'll try my best. One second, one second. Okay. So yeah, that's a good question. What do you think about Bamboo and Jenkins? I think majority of the time I've used Jenkins. Bamboo also in one of the project I've used, and but most of the time Jenkins. Jenkins is having some really cool plugins and really popular community. A lot of good resources and the blogs are available. Some really good learning resources, and the Jenkins documentation also itself is really good. And actually, it fits very much, perfectly fit in our DevOps culture also. I think without Jenkins, these days is really difficult to maintain all your pipelines and everything. Although there are certain tools are available in the market, but I think I would say that Jenkins is somewhere better than as compared to Bamboo. Although I have not used Bamboo much, only for one project we were using it, and I've created one video also running your Selenium test cases with Bamboo. You can just go and check it over there. But I think you should go with Jenkins in that case. Okay, so now that's a good question. Shah Shank, what's your opinion on joining Fang, what do you call it? Companies. F means Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google, right? So, I mean, there are other companies also, guys. I have appeared not with Facebook, but I have appeared for Apple. I have appeared for Amazon. These two companies. I had tried with Google also once. For Amazon, I was almost cracked the offer and then got it also, but it was not up to the mark that time, 5 years back. And Google, my resume could not get shortlisted. And for Apple also, I have cleared 2 rounds before joining Walmart. And then I have to decide between multiple, like 2 or 3 offers I was having that time. Then I had to decide. But again, it depends. I found it okay. Yeah, people were using some really great things, and it depends on the project to project and the company to company. That time Apple was having one sales office in India and in Bangalore, and then that time no good things, and nobody was using testing properly, and no testing processes were there. And just for the sake of getting the brand, I could have chosen Apple also as compared to Walmart, but that time I preferred Walmart. So see, that is the level of maturity that you have. Just don't run behind these companies. If you are really having a dream that okay, no, I have to crack Facebook one day, then you have to prepare accordingly as well, because their interview level is something really really great, no doubt about it. And the work wise also they are having good, but just go appear for the interviews and ask what kind of work they have. Do some research about it, or could be possible there is one really good startup from ex Google employees or ex Facebook employees, and the work is much much better there. I would prefer to join that company as compared to farm. So it depends on person to person opinion, guys. What do you think about farm? Can you guys write in the comment section or in the chat? What do you think about this? Do you really always try for the farm, or there are much better opportunities also there in the market? So I think almost done, guys. Someone is asking. I'm getting null pointer exception. Oops. Okay, let's not discuss about this too much detail about null pointer. Let me check if I can pick 2 more questions, and then I think then guys we are good. Okay, I think Sainath is saying that demand for people with dev and QA experience. So Sainath, you were having some dev experience and then you moved to QA, or QA to dev, right? So if you're coming from dev to QA, definitely it will help you because you're already coming from the dev background, and you are familiar with the coding stuff, and then having some experience on designing the things, which will definitely help you to implement the right thing with respect to QA automation or test automation. So the demand is really good for dev and QA separately also, and along with both the things also. The demand is good, no doubt about it. Market is really good nowadays, and people are getting offers, people are getting calls, and just hit the right place and then just go for it. Okay. Okay. So I think that's all, guys, for today. Have you done any security testing in? Yes, I have used Burp Suite, and it's a good tool. We were using in Cisco. We were having some service catalog, and then we have to validate a couple of things with respect to Burp Suite. But we used it only for limited period of time, and only a couple of features that we used it over there. That we were scanning and then and injecting some cross-site scripting, some pop-ups and everything, and we have to make sure that okay, my application should not take those things. So we were simulating those skills through Bubsuit. So that time I was using it, and we were using the license version, and the license version is having multiple features over there. So I think it's good to know. It's a really great tool, and I think you can learn it. I'm not sure about the different resources and the tutorials are available on YouTube about Bubsuit, but maybe you can check it at the maybe some blogs or official documentation. You can check it over there. Okay. Yeah. So definitely, Priyanka, we will have this Azure DevOps. Actually, I was planning to have this very soon, Azure DevOps pipeline. Just wait for a couple of weeks, and after this, Cypress, and then I have one more thing in my bucket, and then after that, I'll start Azure DevOps. Okay, for sure. Okay, yeah, I have used SonarQube. I have used SonarQube like most of the time. It's a great static analysis tool which will give you the complete test coverage and total vulnerabilities and static analysis. It will give it to you. What is your code coverage and everything? It will give it to you, and it's very easy to set up also. So you can easily integrate with your CI/CD pipeline as well. I have already prepared one video on SonarQube. Just go and have it over there, and it's very easy to configure. So I think it's a great tool, no doubt about it, for the complete static analysis, and it can fit for your Java project, Golang project, JavaScript, Python, and you can define your own custom rules also in SonarQube. So I think you are good to go with that. Okay. Neha, I'm not very much familiar with Ruby. So although I just did a POC, but I think I'm not prepared right now. Cucumber with Ruby. Cucumber with JavaScript, I'm comfortable. Cucumber with Java also, I'm comfortable. But Cucumber with Ruby, I think I need to, because I have to explain about Ruby first and then Cucumber. So not in my pipeline right now. But if you're looking for something specific to Cucumber with Ruby, just let me know later on. Okay. Okay. So I think now the questions are getting repeated. Same question. One last question, guys, and then we are good to go. It's already 9 now. Okay. Let's take this one. Which tool is currently best to learn for automation testing apart from Selenium? I think try to learn. Let's see, Selenium is coming from UI for UI testing, and you know Selenium already. Now, in the same field, let's say in the UI thing, which is the next tool, I think you should spend time on WebDriverIO and Cypress. And if you're looking for API automation point of view, I think you should learn Rest Assured and HTTP client and learn everything about Postman. It's very featured. There are so many features are available. Postman, the Newman. And if you're really having time and you can spend time on APM also, you can just go with APM as well. But instead of that, I would advise you to improve your knowledge on programming, improve your knowledge on different other programming language. Let's say you've already covered Java. Just try to learn JavaScript or maybe Python. That will help you a lot to design more and more robust framework later on, more optimized code, and spend time on some, let's say for example, Java. So just try to learn what are new features in Java, like how to implement proper collections, how to implement there are a lot of features came JDK 8, JDK 9, 10, 11. Try to learn those things and keep an eye on new things which are coming along with the programming, and then just go for it. If someone is saying, okay, what is your favorite programming language, are you comfortable with Java, and the moment someone is asking the question from Java 13 or Java 9, tell me that how exactly Stream works, and then you are blank, then it's not a good thing, right? What is the language that you have and what is the scope for you in terms of automation? I think you should know about all those things, right? So that's all. Somebody asked one question also that about something on communication. I just missed that question. That communication is very much required. I'm not that good in, I don't know, somebody asked that question that, okay, I'm not able to communicate properly at a time of interview. See, I totally understand that. If see, communication is not about how good you are in your English, but I think the basic knowledge, the basic communication I mean, the medium is English only. When you're giving for interview, nobody's expecting that, okay, you have to talk in your regional language or in your local language. So obviously you have to improve it. I thought of taking some sessions on communication also. If you feel that we can have maybe on weekend session or something like this, we can have it. You can just feel free to come and join. It's totally free of cost. Feel free to join. Last year also I did a couple of sessions, but we did not upload on YouTube at all. So you just come and then talk, and then where exactly you're lacking, because there is a normal discussion in English and there's a normal discussion with respect to technical language that you have to learn and understand that. So how to express the best way, how to be different, how will you know the things but still you are struggling to explain the things. I think that is very much needed, and some people, they always struggle for that. I have seen some really really good people, they struggle to explain or express the things. The moment you tell them, okay, write the code, they can write it, but the moment you are taking the telephonic interview or maybe face to face, that time they are so hesitant, they are so nervous and losing the confidence because of their communication. So please try to improve. If you really want to join maybe some English courses or whatever, improving the communication and the personality development courses, just guys, go for it. It matters. In IT field, it matters a lot. Okay, it matters, guys. So let's say tomorrow, if you're going to some other country, maybe US or any on-site opportunity, you are getting it, then you have to communicate in that language, right? You cannot speak your regional language over there. You have to discuss with the client, and you have to explain. You have to give the demos, POCs, and everything. And tomorrow you will become a manager also. And if your communication is not that great, how will you handle your team in that case, right? So I think just go for it. Okay. So Shubham, what is bug bounty? Like bug bounty program, but for what? What exactly it is? Like in which context you are saying? Yeah, API batch for API batch or sorry, batch for API. Definitely, we will have it. We are planning in August, so just wait for a couple of days. It will be announced very soon. Okay. Okay, guys. I think that's all for today. Just thank you so much once again that to reach at to come live, and then now we have 200K subscribers, 2 lakh subscribers, and now so more and more exciting things, and then more and more new things are coming on this channel. So definitely we will have it. If you are looking for a specific thing, just let me know via comment or via email or something. Then definitely we will try to cover those things as well. But I have my own pipeline, means in my certain things in my in my mind that I really wanted. Okay, I think QA community should learn those things to improve their career and to improve your growth. That will help you a lot. Okay, I hope you guys are getting the things and learning the things from this channel, and your support is always required, guys. Thank you so much, guys, and take care. Please, there are different platforms that we have already um, I have already those platforms are already available, like Telegram. Then we have LinkedIn. Then we have a separate Naveen Automation Labs Facebook page. There are around 35,000 people are there, and day and night people are asking the questions and solving their problems in Telegram group also. In Telegram we have 10,000 people. So just join those groups, help others, ask your questions, and then be active in the community, so that you will get the confidence. You will get to know that, okay, what exactly other people are facing the problem in their projects, and then you will get an opportunity to solve their problems, and you can share your problems also. So please search Naveen Automation Labs on Telegram, and or I'll share the link in the description of this video also. In the first comment also, I'll put it over there. And search Naveen Automation Labs on Facebook and just join that group. I'm pretty much sure that will help you a lot. Okay. Take care, guys. Thank you so much, and good night. And for US folks, have a great day. I'll see you in the next live once again. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Okay, let me just close the